Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to our live feed update for April 11th. I'm your host, Aaron Armstrong, and with me today is Lita. How you doing, Lita?
So good. I am on media overload from Survivor and hockey and Big Brother last night, all varying levels of excitement.
Next week, Amazing Race is going to start too, so Wednesdays are going to be even more packed.
And we'll be in Philadelphia.
It's also true. Also true.
Equally as important as the Amazing Race premiere, almost.
Almost. Well, we are here to talk about everything that happened on the Big Brother Canada 7 feeds yesterday. It was day 40 in the house. Day 40. And the feeds were down for most of the day. They said technical difficulties prevented them from having the feeds on until about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, do you buy this?
I mean, I don't know
So,
what their technical difficulties were.
well, so there was some speculation that it was something that actually affected the house because there was this tape recorder thing.
Yeah, they
So I
needed
didn't
they needed a
know.
good 8 hours to really figure out where to put the tape recorder that we'll talk about later.
Listen, I don't know. I'm just saying there was some speculation that maybe it was a little bit more than technical difficulties.
Yeah. Maybe it was like technical difficulties. Somebody didn't get somebody to cover their shift. Like
Somebody called in sick.
technically it's a difficulty.
Yeah,
So
that's what that means.
I don't know. Whatever it was, I don't know that we missed a whole lot because the feeds have been pretty slow. Just kind of slowly waiting for Sam to leave.
That's such a sad way to put that.
And it's sad for Sam too because she continues to be annoyed about people who talk about her like she's already gone. So what I did is I talked to Kevin Martin yesterday about his thoughts on the season, and then totally did not do this on purpose, but we did a mid-season draft that Sam was not included in, and I realized after, like, oh, Sam would be so mad at us.
How dare you condescend to her like that?
Acting
Even though
like
she
she's already gone.
herself is going around the house as if she's already gone.
Yeah. So if you did not listen to the Kevin Martin interview bonus podcast, I highly recommend it. If there's not going to be a ton to talk about in this morning update, so maybe find it right after the update if you haven't. It was actually really a really good conversation. Very great change of pace for the normal Big Brother coverage. It's kind of like a chill, just hang out, talk about the season thoughts, and we talked about lots of other stuff too, like Jeopardy and curling, and we ranked the Big Brother Canada winners.
Whoa, I didn't know you were a Jeopardy guy.
No, Kevin is.
Oh, oh, okay. I was gonna say I would be really offended that we hadn't talked about this yet. I'm a big Jeopardy guy.
Well, so again, highly recommend you check out the Kevin podcast, but we're going to get to the live feed update here. So feeds were down until about 4 o'clock. Again, things not much has changed. Adam's campaigning for Sam, and that makes Anthony mad. Mark is going to go to Anthony and be, hey, Adam's campaigning for Sam. Can you believe that? And he's like, I can't believe that a guy would campaign for his girlfriend to stay. That is ridiculous to me. And so Anthony needs to go and confront Adam about it. And this is like the conversation of the day. I literally have a full page of notes on it because there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. And the
Yes.
entire time, Adam is in a towel, which I find very distracting.
Yes, he's just in a towel at his waist, and they're in the bathroom yelling at each other for like an hour, and they're yelling about the pretty boys
Yeah.
and how they're loyal to each other, and they're using everyone else's pawns, and nobody ever comes and listens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of like, Anthony is calling out Adam for saying different things about his loyalty to Sam, and then Adam is calling him out for this backdoor plan for this plan to put up Sam at the double. And somehow it ends with Adam apologizing and saying "I love you," which
Yes.
is like so peak Anthony in this house.
So Anthony confronts Adam. So why do I keep hearing you're campaigning for Sam to stay? Bro, No. And he's like, Sam is coming for Dane. She put Mark on the block. That is not okay. She needs to go. Why do you think it's okay? Why do you think it's good for her to stay? He's like, but look, Adam's like, well, nobody's going to gun for Sam. Like, nobody's going to gun for Esty like people are gunning for Sam. Like, everyone's coming after Sam. She's a big target. And Anthony's like, yes, they will. Yes, they will. And I was like, you think Dane's gonna put Esty up if he wins the next HOH? And Anthony's like, yeah, because Dane is not like you. Okay, Dane does not have feelings for Esty like you have feelings for Sam. He's down for the cause. He's loyal to the soil. He's gonna do what it needs to be done. And Adam's like, I just don't think, like, what about Corey? You think Corey's best to keep to the triple? And Anthony's like, you think Sam is best to keep to the triple? And I was like, well, no.
Anthony's like, what do you mean no?
And it's like, you're saying Sam is going to be everyone's target, right? So okay, so if Sam stays this week, who's Esty's main target? He's like, Sam. Who's Dane's main target? Sam. Who's my main target? Sam. So she's everyone's main target. So why would we keep her this week?
Yeah.
Adam's not happy.
Yeah, my favorite part of this is how upset Anthony gets when Adam is like, well, you spend just as much time with Corey as I do with Sam. And Anthony is like, I'm sorry, do I shower with Corey?
Yes.
Like,
that's later. That's later.
Oh,
We're not
sorry.
there. This is the whole update. We need to savor it.
Oh, sorry, we need to stretch it out.
Yes.
I forgot this was a multiple part fight that ends up going nowhere.
This is literally all I have for today.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off talking about the showering.
So Adam tries to turn on Corey again. When will Corey go home? And Anthony says, no, Corey's fine. You know, Sam has been gunning for us since week 1. It took half a night for me to keep all 3 of you safe with Corey. That's that simple. And I was like, well, Sam has never said your name, Anthony. Sam has never. Anthony's like, there's a lot of like, just like, with Anthony. He's very much, yeah, right. Oh my God. I can't believe you, Adam.
Okay, I'm just making these gifts of Taryn.
This is Anthony. Just like totally like, yeah, right. Oh my, I can't believe you're saying this. You know who? Damien, Esty, Dane, all of these people, they all told me, Kira, they all told me that Sam said my name last week when she was HOH. You know who didn't tell me? The only person who didn't tell me Sam said my name? You, Adam. You. And I was like, well, look, I don't know. I'm always being left in the dark. And I've been left in the dark. I'm the one left in the dark. You didn't tell me about any of this stuff. And I was like, what do you mean? You're the one with this whole plan to backdoor Sam, and you've been trying to get her out since day 1. And Anthony's like, no, since day 1? What? No. That's not true. You think this was a whole plan to get Sam out? You think that oh yeah, we just put Dane on the block as an okay risk? Do you think we would be dumb enough to do that? I was like, well, what is Mark on about then? What was he talking about the other day? And Anthony's like, well, Mark, I talked to Mark. Mark said he didn't even say that. He's like, what do you think I'm making this stuff up? I went straight to Corey afterwards. I asked Corey about it. And Anthony's like, no. You didn't tell me about the Corey backdoor. That's the big problem with what happened, is that you kept me in the dark. And they just keep going back and forth. They never address the actual problems that they're talking about, because every time Anthony has a point on Adam, he flips it around to Corey, and every time Adam has a good point to Anthony about Sam, Anthony will flip it around on like, you didn't tell me this. No, but you didn't tell me this. Yeah. It's what an argument.
Yeah, honestly, the most representative thing of yesterday on feeds was that my Wi-Fi cut out for a second while you were on that rant, and I felt like I still totally picked up where you were going.
Exactly.
Like you can't
Exactly.
look away for 5 minutes and they're still yelling at each other and not getting to the bottom of the issue.
Yes, and so Adam just look. It's the same thing. I didn't tell you about the Corey plan. You didn't tell me about this Sam plan. And Anthony's like, the same thing, the same thing. Excuse me, I don't blow bubbles into somebody's mouth. That's not how I operate.
Expression.
Well, it's better than sucking each other's farts, which is his
Ew.
usual preferred term.
Are these Canadian turns of phrases?
I guess so. Just side note, Anthony is such a closet nerd. Like, he has so many nerdy references, like, all the time. He's talking about Charles Xavier. Yesterday he was talking about, like, oh, Damien wants to sit on our Iron Throne, Corey. Like, he talks about Chucky all the time. He's just like a reference machine for nerdy things. And yet he's all like, puffs out his chest. He's like the alpha nerd. It's very strange.
Ooh, that would be like a good like BB Comics character.
Yes. There you go.
The alpha nerd. Yeah, he really comes across like a disappointed teacher at all times with Adam, but perhaps a little angrier, especially when he's like, why can't you be like Dane? Like, Dane does what he's supposed to do and like doesn't put his like woman above the bros or whatever. It's all very like chastising of Adam.
Yes, he's like, and so Adam says, like, well, Dane didn't tell you either, and he's like, yeah, and I had this same conversation with Dane, and you know what? He said, I'm sorry. He apologized. Dane was nearly in tears apologizing to me. And look at what you're doing. You're trying to defend yourself. You're doubling down. Like, be more like Dane, Adam.
Cry.
And Adam's like, bro, you this is when he's you spend just as much time with Corey as I do with Sam. And he's, what? You and Sam shower together. Do you need me to go round everyone up and conduct a poll and ask everyone? What? Okay, everyone. Who do you think that I hang out with Corey just as much as Adam hangs out with Sam? If we do that right now and everyone says that I hang out with Corey just as much, I swear to you, I will vote to keep Sam right now. Right now.
This is an incredible strategy. Now Adam just has to find a way to get everybody to answer this survey question in their favor.
It's like Anthony's just like constantly at an 11 when like the situation warrants like a 2. It's so much.
Well, I mean, it's the thing of like when you are like caught doing something that you don't want somebody to know that you did, what a lot of people will do is be like, I am so hurt and offended that you would accuse me of that, right? Like, he's constantly trying to, like, he's going to that level to make other people feel like they're attacking him, and therefore he can go on the defense or be more justified in attacking them, because he obviously isn't going to take responsibility for anything.
Yes. So I mean, this continues to go. That was just like the first 15 minutes of it, and it goes on for like another half hour, and it's just a half hour of Anthony just wearing Adam down, like over, like he seems very practiced at this, and Adam by the end of it is eventually going to, yeah, look, I'm sorry, bro, I'm sorry, bro, you were right, you were right about it, and Anthony's like, and I love you, man, I love you too. Like, everything's gonna be fun. We're gonna work together, pretty boys. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, a very productive conversation for everyone involved. Anthony is so exhausting. It's so hard to win an argument against someone like this, who just will exhaust you.
Why would you say that, Lita?
Yeah, there you go.
Unbelievable. Do you want to conduct a poll about arguments? Is that what you want to do?
That is what you would do. You love conducting polls.
I do love conducting polls. So Anthony is then going to go to Dane and Mark and tell them about this conversation. And of course, he is the hero of this story, where he swoops in and saves the day from crazy Adam, and puts him in his place. And he says, Adam thinks everyone is like him. The nobody's going to be willing to let that's why he's so upset about this Corey thing. It's because everyone thinks he's like him. I'm not like him. I am loyal to the soil.
Does he really say that twice? I heard him say it once, but you've now referenced it
He
twice.
didn't say it to Adam the first time. He said it this time.
Okay. I was going to say, is this like a new stock phrase that he's just going to bring up like anytime he wants to defend himself?
He has said it before.
Wow.
Before today, over yesterday.
Maybe he's just like celebrating Earth Day a little bit belated.
Delayed.
it's a portmanteau of delayed and belated.
It's a mixture of delayed and dilapidated.
Yes. He's having a delayed celebration of Earth Day. He loves the soil. He's loyal to it.
Yes. So after Anthony leaves, after telling Dane and Mark about the Adam conversation, Dane immediately turns to Mark. He's like, that's why we can't take him to the final two. He's too good. He's too good. And Mark is like, yeah, I'm totally with you. Thing is, though, Dane has these conversations with Mark all the time where he's like, we can't take Anthony. Anthony's so dangerous. We can't take Anthony. Adam, too. He's got these other people. Mark is always just like agreeing. And then, but something that like I noticed in particular with this one that I really feel like Dane should have noticed, and maybe he did, is that Mark is like, yeah, I really don't know. I don't know who to take. It's like, whoa, that is not the point of this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mark is like, Anthony's scary. Like, are you scared of him? Are you intimidated? And Dane is just like, no, I'm not intimidated. I think it's funny. Like, I think it's hilarious. It's like, okay.
Mark is like, has he ever yelled at you?
Yeah. Poor Mark, he's so scared. Actually, not poor Mark. I'm really angry at Mark and Anthony for making some jokes about Sam yesterday. Should we talk about that?
Sure. There's nothing else to talk about.
Listen, it was an offhand comment where Mark and Anthony are joking about like, maybe if Sam cooks and cleans and begs on her knees, then she can stay. And it's like, what a hilarious joke. What a just absolutely divine piece of comedy. It's just like, shut up. Don't talk about women that way. I don't care if you're joking. It's not funny.
I mean, that's really like, like the power has really just gone to their heads. I think it went to Anthony's head first. I think now it's getting to Mark's head. I think that Dane was just always used to being that person, so it's not in his head as much. It's just more who he is. And then Adam's really the only one the power hasn't gotten to his head because he doesn't really have the power. If he had power, he'd be able to keep Sam safe, and he hasn't been able to. So
yeah, and like power going to your head is one thing. It's one thing to be cocky. It's another to express that in a misogynistic way.
Yes.
So like it's not just being full of power. Like this is sort of revealing who they are. Anyway, just wanted to bring that up because the pretty boys are unbearable.
Well, they are pretty though.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. I mean, truly Adonises.
So we in the episode last night, by the way, the episode was pretty great in terms of like just like everything that I've wanted them to do. There was like no filler. It was all strategy. It was good strategy. It was accurate. It was detailed. It was dramatic. There were multiple, moments of like intensity. I thought it was a great episode, and they also finally, were showing the players for who they are. Anthony being the sort of puppet master, Dane being like the good sort of liar, but also cocky. And now I forget the point I was going to make about the episode.
I mean, that is a point, that the episode wasn't completely disappointing.
Yes.
Honestly,
truly.
that's something of note in and of itself.
So yeah, there was a point to be made there, but not anymore.
It's gone now.
So another thing there is that there was a tape recorder that we talked about at the top of the update. It was in the archive room. The camera kept zooming in on it before the feeds cut for the episode, and we don't know what this is.
Yeah, and then it's gone later. Like someone either took it or it was removed and it was nothing. But then Kira is walking around at the end of the day convinced that there's power.
Yeah. So, this is probably something. Maybe a task. Maybe another power that Kira Kira gets that they'll use to take out Esty or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. They don't really talk about it much on feeds, but it was also down for 8 hours. Like we said, maybe it took 8 hours for them to find the perfect place to plant the tape recorder. That will change the course of the game.
It's very, very tricky placement.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we need, Kira, to have more powers.
Just a little bit to the right here. Sorry, guys. This is going to take at least another 4 hours. Hold on. Okay. Nope, still not even. All right. So Dane and Sam had some conversation. Sam really starting to accept that she is going to be going home. And Dane really lays it on thick with the Sam, I'm going to miss you. You've just been such a great presence in the house. I love you, Sam. And Sam eats it all up. Sam loves Dane. She tells Adam, I love Dane. And I was like, why did you want him out then? She's like, because he's going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she is kind of talking throughout the day about how she's paranoid that people are only being nice to her because she's going to the jury. But then at the same time, it seems like she really does love Dane. And this buttering her up is really working.
Yes. She's like, these people, they're going to make me miss them. And Kira's like, you are going to miss them. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they do their whole rites of passage where they go and Sam and Adam sit on every single surface in the house and be like, I'm going to miss everything about this place. And do their goodbye tour.
Yes, they also, they asked production, hey, is it okay if we have one last kiss after Sam, the votes are read? Production said yes. So they're planning it out. And then they're going to
rehearse.
Yeah.
They literally are going to practice how their kiss is going to go on air. So
be prepared, everyone. It's going to be one big dramatic kiss before Sam leaves.
Cover your children's eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be, yeah. I love that there is a moment of self-awareness from Sam that I think she's talking to Adam and Kira, and somebody is like, what if there was a Canada's HOH? Who would get it? And Adam is like, oh, maybe they all love the showmance. Maybe they don't want the showmance to die. And Sam is like, I think everyone has barfed enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they think Kira's definitely going to get it, which actually not the worst theory, given the edit that they've received.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst theory. I think that a lot of people in the house are not aware of how Kira is perceived in terms of do we actually like her or do we just want the underdog to have the power?
Yeah.
They're always going to be on the bottom. So it's not the worst thing for them to get the power, but no, they're not actually beloved by Canada.
Yes. They do not realize that Damien would get it. They do not see it.
Yeah, completely.
That's really, there's really not nothing else to talk about.
Adam has what I think is kind of a mean conversation with Kira, where he's like, what if you leave the house and Chelsea is just waiting for you and she's been in love with you this whole time? Don't do that. That's not nice. And Kira is like, I mean, she's everything I look for, but she has a boyfriend. So I'm not hoping for it, but I would give it a shot. And it's just Adam, why are you doing this?
Well, Kira has convinced them that it was all very consensual and reciprocated. And because Kira said hey, I know Chelsea acted one way during the day, but at night things happened. And so they all think that, okay, maybe that's the case. Sam was definitely very convinced. So I think they're genuinely or Adam and Sam, at least. Some of the other people that Kira has talked to less about it, like Anthony, don't think it's the case.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I just found it to be maybe don't tell them that. Don't get this in their head.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. That's what's going on the feeds.
Yeah.
There will be an eviction tonight. We will be live after the eviction to talk about the episode, and then we'll get a new HOH, and we'll see which of the non-pretty boys are going to be evicted next.
Sad.
Make sure you get your stock watch picks in today. It's going to be a tough one. They're all tough.
Oh, yeah, I'll totally do that.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a big stock watcher.
obviously. Everyone is.
We'll
go ahead.
see you in Philly. This will be my last podcast before that.
There you go. Yes.
So everyone can, I don't know, buy me a drink.
There you go. All right. So again, I recommend check out the Kevin Martin podcast. It was very, very fun. I had a lot of fun talking to Kevin. Tonight we'll be live to recap the episode. Tomorrow morning I will be back at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens today and tonight after the eviction episode on the Big Brother Canada 7 live feeds. You can find me on Twitter at Armstrong Taryn. You can find Lita at Lita Tweeted. And yeah, thanks for joining us.
Also on our equally iconic Instagrams.
Very true. Yes. Do for a cat picture.
I'm waiting with bated breath for the next picture of
Obviously.
your cat. I love your cat.
And
All right,
yeah. We'll see you next time.